How's it going everyone? Frankie here, and something out of the ordinary has happened in Warzone. Do you remember every other assault rifle in Cold War they've ever released, like the Farah, where it drops and it's just not very good? Well, they've actually released an assault rifle that fits well into the balance of the game, and some people are even saying the C58 is stronger than the AMAX. So obviously, I want to work on this, do some testing, and see if there's any truth to it now that the AMAX has had yet another nerf. And I think the results might be surprising to you, so let's not fanny around too much, let's get down to business. In this video, I'll only be using the standard meta builds for both weapons because that's how you're going to set them up when you're dropping into Warzone. So for the AMAX, my build is all about reducing the recoil, and that's going to be the monolithic suppressor for the extra bullet velocity and range, the Zodiac barrel for yet more bullet velocity and range, and a bit of vertical recoil control too. And then the Commando foregrip for the reduction in horizontal and vertical recoil, the 45 round mag, and I feel most comfortable with the GI Mini Reflex because I usually take a sniper with me, but if you want to use the VLK for those long ranges, that's totally up to you. Just know that the Mini Reflex hurts your ADS time by 4 milliseconds and the VLK hurts by 17 milliseconds. Anyway, for the C58, that's the agency suppressor for the extra bullet velocity, damage range, and vertical recoil control. The Task Force barrel because it increases both bullet velocity and damage range, and it gives you vertical and horizontal recoil control. The Field Agent grip for more recoil control, the Salvo 55 round fast mag, and again by my own choosing, the Millstop reflex sight. So now that we've got the loadouts out of the way, one of the most important stats to find out for the assault rifles is the bullet velocity. So I lined up this shot from 200 meters away from the quad bike, got the hit marker, and as it turns out, the AMAX is actually slower than the C58, where the AMAX came out with 958 meters per second, and the 58 came out with 1192 meters per second. Which is almost on par with some of the sniper rifles. Win to the C58. For the differences in recoil on these weapons, the biggest thing I find on the C58 is the visual recoil is a lot less than the AMAX, which makes you feel a bit less like a wacky waving inflatable tube man. But both guns basically have the same recoil pattern, it just goes in opposite directions. So in my book, that's a tie. And for you controller players out there, the 58 is probably going to feel a lot easier to use, so level it up and give it a try. Anyway, so then I took a look at the reload speeds and the fire rate, and the AMAX came out with a reload speed of 2.4 seconds, but the 58 came out with 1.9 seconds. Pretty decent for an AR. For the fire rate, the AMAX did 630 rounds per minute, and the C58 did 553 rounds per minute, so the AMAX can actually get bullets out there a lot quicker, but it has a slightly slower reload speed. Next up, I tested the aim down sight time, and honestly I couldn't really notice a huge difference. Plus with the ADS it's all up to your personal preference. Some people like the mini reflexes, some like the hollow sights, and some like the VLK. Obviously they're all going to affect your ADS, slightly different to the other, but the mini reflex or iron sights are obviously going to be a lot quicker, and the VLK being the slowest, but honestly there's not a whole lot of noticeable difference between all of them. So finally, the damage the weapons are going to do. The AMAX now has a headshot damage of 52, chest shots are 38, stomach shots are 35, and extremities are also 35. Whereas the C58 has a 59 headshot, 44 chest shot, 40 stomach, and 37 extremities, which makes the bullets to kill look a lot like this. A clear winner on the shots to kill if you're hitting chest shots and stomach shots, but all is not lost for the AMAX. It just means that if you're facing a player with an AMAX and you have a C58 and you're both going for chest shots, you're gonna win. This thing is such a heavy hitter, so both weapons are really strong in Warzone, and the huge benefit to the C58 is that your magazine holds more bullets than the AMAX, and it does a lot more damage than the AMAX. So to answer the question of whether the C58 is better than the AMAX, in most cases, yes it is. It's got better visual recoil control, better bullet velocity, better damage, better time to reload, but it does have a much slower fire rate, so as long as you're hitting every single shot that you're firing, this gun is going to feel how the AMAX used to feel about a month ago. So yeah, the devs have finally released a gun from the Battle Pass that actually outshines the meta. So welcome and congratulations to the C58. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Hit the like button if you did, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Toodaloo!